Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Monday morning with Business Coach Malloy. And what a week it has been. A lot of things happened over the since the time we met last Monday, and since the time we are here today. The entire geopolitical situations have gone has turned on its head. A lot of things have happened. Lots of positives, lots of negatives, not so much to be delved in right now. But the reality and the fact is that we are on this Monday morning, on the auspicious day of Buddha Purnima, we are back to business. Business has to go on in spite of whatever has happened or whatever will happen. And we were doing a seminar last week in Kolkata, and one of the statements that I made is over the past 26 odd years since 99 to 2025, there has been 12 crisis situations that have come up, which means in at a frequency of 2 years, a crisis comes up. But in spite of that, businesses have grown, money has been made, a lot of businesses have shut down, and many of them for things that were originally in their control. But just because they decided to oversee a few things, few critical elements, unfortunately, a lot of businesses shut down, whereas a lot of businesses made a lot of money. And that is the entire objective of our Facebook Live, the Entrepreneurial Essentials. Sorry, where we bring onto the table, bring to you things that you, small things, but critical things, the important things that you can do in your business, which will enable you to keep your head not only above water, but to start looking at actual growth. And over the past 3 weeks, as part of the mini series of Entrepreneur Essentials, I've been focusing upon finance and accounting. And continuing that further, on our Entrepreneurial Essentials, episode 26, mini series on accounts and finance. Episode 4 is on cash flow. The confidence that you should have consistently on your cash flow, whether it is a positive or whether it's a negative, your visibility of the opportunities and the challenges should be there. So, how do you predict, protect, and be prepared for growth through a cash flow confidence? And let me begin with a story. A few months back, I was coaching a client called Ramesh, a second generation business owner in Kolkata, running a fairly successful distribution company. His office had the latest furniture, his brand had visibility, and his accountant had just handed him a shiny P&L, showing 14 lakhs as quarterly profit. Unfortunately, I was sitting with him across the table when the PL was handed over to him. He looked tired. Ramesh looked really, really tired, and he says, Malaida, I don't get it. My CA is saying I'm doing great, but I don't even know how to pay my driver on time. And that sentence sums up the painful truth most entrepreneurs don't talk about, that profit is a theory, cash is a reality, and that is what we need to really fix today. Let's shift to another story. Real examples will probably enable you to connect better. Anita runs a mid-sized apparel factory in Howrah. She just had a big quarter, 12 lakhs in profit. She was excited. But when we met for monthly and coaching sessions, her excitement had turned into anxiety. The reason? Her checks were bouncing, salaries were delayed, and her fabric vendor refused to take the next order. And she looked at me and said, Maloida, what am I doing wrong? We opened her balance sheet and looked closely, and this is what we found: 7 lakhs stuck in unsold inventory, 9 lakhs due from customers, most hadn't paid in 60 days, 3 lakhs already given to vendors as advances, and in her bank, a great, beautiful figure of rupees 82,000, which was not even enough to pay the next salary cycle. And this is what happens when we chase profits but ignore cash. Profits don't pay salaries, the cash does. Imagine your business is a large fish tank. The water flowing represents your cash inflow, payment from your customers, investments, and capital. The water flowing out, that are your expenses, salaries, rent, purchases, software tools, loans, etc. Now imagine you had to add more fish, that is your employees, more rocks, that is your inventory, and more decorations, your office equipment. The tank will look good. But what if the water stops flowing? What happens? Everybody inside starts gasping. And that's exactly what happens to your team, your vendors, your businesses when cash flow dies out. Another client of mine from Durgapur ran a growing LED signage factory. Orders were strong, margins were excellent. His PL looked like a trophy. But just before GST filing, he called me, Maloid, I need a personal loan. I don't have money to pay my GST. This wasn't a failure due to poor sales. It was because of poor visibility. He had 26 lakhs stuck in receivables, no payment collection mechanism, made upfront payment to vendors without pure realization. He told me he didn't want to follow up with his clients because it felt cheap. But that one mindset cost him his company. His business can die not from lack of profit, but from lack of liquidity. So here are the 5 silent cash flow killers. 1, delayed customers. I once asked a client, why don't you follow up on that 1 crore outstanding? He says, I don't want to seem desperate. And let me be honest, desperation is when your staff leaves because you can't pay them. Number 2, excess inventory. You're not an Amazon. Inventory is not an asset if it's not moving. I worked with a retailer who had 11 lakhs in slow moving goods. It looked like scale. It was actually stagnation. High fixed cost, fancy offices, unnecessary staffs, and tools you don't use. I call it the ego overhead. If you can't trace an expense back to cash generation, it is a liability. Unmonitored subscriptions. You'll be shocked how many businesses pay for tools every month and don't know what to do with them. Why do you have 3 CRM tools? I don't know. My marketing guy bought them, is the answers that I get. And zero forecasting. Most entrepreneurs know about yesterday's sale, few know about next week's cash flow, and that's where they're driving blindfold. So here are 5 strategies that you can look at and you can act, and they actually work because they actually work with our clients. Number 1, a 12-week cash flow forecast. Use an Excel sheet, Google sheet, any document, inflows, outflows, net cash balance, update it every Friday. My client calls it the oxygen report. Speed up collections, offer an early payment discount 1 to 2%, but even more powerful, send human reminders. Hi Sanjay ji, just checking if the invoice was processed. Please confirm, thanks. Polite, respectful, effective, but you need to do that. Tactfully delay payables, negotiate with vendors, don't disappear. Instead say, I'll pay 50% now and 50% on the 7th. Is that okay? Vendors in most probability will accept because they are now having certainty of when the money is going to hit there so that they can plug that number into their cash flow. Cut the waste. Do a 3-year review of your monthly expenses. One my client cut expenses by 36,000 a month by removing 2 software tools, a fancy water machine lease, and a redundant staff position. And number 5, start building a cash reserve. Your survival number is how much cash you need to operate every month. If that's 3 lakhs, then build a 6 lakh reserve. Call it your sleep better fund. So here's your quick cash health checkup. Let's do a mini audit. Ask yourself, do I know my cash position for the next 30 days, if not 60 days? Am I following up on every overdue invoice? Do I have idle inventory more than 30 days? Can I survive 2 slow months without borrowing? If you're unsure of any of these, your cash system needs immediate attention. Go out and ask yourself. As a retailer, think about your business. Are you a retailer? Do you do a daily cash closing? Make sure your cash sales match collections. You're a service provider. Never start working without 50% advance. Manufacturers, explore just-in-time inventory. Stop hoarding materials. Tell me in your comments on the YouTube or on the Facebook Live that you're watching right now, or on a DM to me, which of this suits your business. These are mandatory. And before we wrap up, download the cash flow forecast template. DM me, I'll send a link to you. List every customer who hasn't paid in the 30 days and identify 3 unnecessary monthly costs and take action now. Sales is vanity. Profit is sanity. The only reality that you have is cash. Take the small steps, get a big peace of mind, and exponentially grow your business. If you want a 15-minute review on your cash mechanism, DM me. DM now. Say urgent. And one of our coaches will reach out to you and start setting the house in order. Ladies and gentlemen, focus on numbers. Data speaks. And you will see the significant change that this data, focus on data, is going to bring into your business. Till next Monday, same place, same time, with another such insightful episode of Entrepreneurial Essentials, focusing on sales and focusing on my apologies, focusing on accounts and finance. Have a great Monday. Have a great Buddha Purnima. One of the best Purnimas that we can talk about. Pray for yourself. Pray for the family. Pray for the world. Have a great week. And I shall see you on the other side. Okay, a quick reminder. Women entrepreneurs, there's an event that is coming up that's going to be life-changing for you on this Saturday, 17th of July, 17th of May, 5 p.m. Group of women entrepreneurs. We are going to create a platform of women entrepreneurs where they can come, share, and grow. If you still want to know more, reach out to us and we'll send you the registration link. It's absolutely complimentary, and you will know what kind of a game, life-changing event that you're attending. Women Entrepreneurs of Kolkata, see you on the 17th. For the rest, I'll see you next Monday, same place, same time. Till then, God bless.